I asked the question, well, which is it? It's Zbigniew Brzezinski had no idea what America's imperial interests were, or that everybody since then has it completely upside down, or that just September 11th, because Al-Qaeda had foisted itself on the Taliban in a sense, that now our entire strategic position has changed and our entire set of priorities and interests have changed, or it just doesn't matter really, right? Whatever the excuse is, as long as we're there, it's a self-licking ice cream cone. They call it an enduring counterterrorism platform. Well, it may very well be an enduring terrorism generating platform. That's a not very good excuse for position of our government in that country whatsoever. But I don't think you're going to find any good ones. I mean, I think what you basically have is a lot of small vested interests, none of which are a good enough reason to be there, but all of which, when you add them together, amount to pressure to stay forever. Even the Pope said it right. The Pope came and gave a speech to Congress where he called out the blood-soaked merchants of death, the arms dealers that control the Congress and have them do these things. It's a huge part of our economy is completely distorted towards arms sales. What Obi-Wan Kenobi calls the economics of politics. Has nothing to do with the national interest, nothing to do with what you and me and Dan would decide is in the national interest of the United States to protect the American people. It's what's in the interest of the people creating the policy and implementing the policy. And their interests are always very narrow and very different and separate from ours. It's not just the Pentagon. It's the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps. It's not just the CIA, but it's the analysts, and it's the ops guys, and it's the special paramilitary branch. And it's not just the State Department, but it's these State Department weenies and those State Department flunkies and these guys and those guys from all these different departments. And all of them are involved in this big experiment to see whether they can remake the society that they've pledged to remake. None of them want to admit that the whole thing is a bad joke and that it can never work and what they're doing is wrong and that they shouldn't be trying, that war crimes are taking place, that the whole thing is horrible. They all have their own vested, separate, special interest in keeping the thing going.